Today I'm talking all about storage and data management, and I want to start with this quote from IDC that came out as part of their MarketScape in 2023. And they said, as organizations increasingly adopt Kubernetes, they must also adopt tools that can help them manage and maintain the infrastructure that supports containerized applications. And the reason this is so important is until 2023, IDC never covered storage. They never covered container data storage. It was never part of their MarketScape. It wasn't something analysts focused on. And the fact that we had our first MarketScape in 2023 points to the role, the increasing important role that storage is playing in the Kubernetes landscape. So with that, I want to talk about 3 storage considerations I want you to walk away with today as you think about storage. And like I said, the first one, stealing my own thunder a little bit, is around CSI. And what is the difference between the external connector approach of CSI and the container native storage approach? And I really break it down into 3 things. So when I think about external CSI, the first challenge that we often see is the challenge I alluded to, right? It's the challenge that the external CSI driver is always going to sit outside the Kubernetes control plane. And what that means is everything you're doing is tied to the underlying array. So if you've got an array that's got active-active and you want to move an application elsewhere to a different array that doesn't have active-active, well, those storage and data services live at the array. They don't live within the application. They don't live on the control plane. Container native storage is going to take all those storage and data services and put them into the worker nodes, put them on the worker nodes, take advantage of the virtual storage pool so that you have those storage and data services traveling with the application. So you want to do DR on-prem? Great. You want to do DR on the public cloud? Great. You want to mix and match the way your environment's architected? Doesn't matter because we've abstracted away those storage and data services from the array onto the worker node. Number 2 is around what I call CRUD. So when you think about a traditional environment, you're maybe having 5 or 10 API calls a day for a VMware application to the underlying array. And that's what they're architected for. But when you think about a Kubernetes application, we're talking tens of thousands of API calls a day, a second, an hour. So that volume of API calls can overwhelm a CSI driver, can overwhelm the underlying array. So as you scale, as you start to build that application up, you're going to quickly run into performance challenges. You're going to run into scale challenges. Because container native storage lives within the application, that challenge goes away. So that CRUD issue is solved with a container native storage approach. And then the last piece I often like to talk about is that decoupling, again, of that the storage services, the data services from the underlying array, and what that allows you to do for automation. So if you've got a